What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Bleisha.
What up? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully your day's been going well. You've made it to Friday. Congratulations.
TGI.
Let me give you a... Oh, hold on. I don't think I got it on there yet. Dang it. Okay, never mind. We'll come back to it. Oh, what's up? The sound effects thing.
What's up with that sound?
Hold on. It's on there. Anyway, okay. We're just gonna keep on going. All right. We ain't gonna go over that too much. I think I got too many things. Let me close this one down, just in case that's taken away from the CP power. All right. Anyways, what's up, y'all? It's Twin Flames Unite, and we are going in. Sorry for the rambling, and also sorry for the because we did schedule this live, but for whatever reason, when we go back to the same system that we set it up in, it ain't there. So hopefully those of you all will be able to catch in and come on in, but let's go ahead and let's get into the topic at hand. All right? Because one of the things we're going to cover today is something that bugs a lot of individuals. A lot of people may be going through this right now. Okay? Because if y'all don't know about cuffing season, when did cuffing season stop, baby?
I think cuffing season starts around, I want to say October, depending if you're in New York or in the South. So for New York, I know cuffing season starts around like after Labor Day because it gets cold. And it ends like around May or right around the spring. Right?
That is so sad. It is so sad.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's a real thing.
Individuals. Okay. I'll just make sure that that's going. All right. Cool beans. Just had to shut some things down. But yeah, it's real sad. So some people may be going through that breakup period just so they can get a little bit of window of time to find somebody who they're going to be in cuffing season with. So some people, hopefully it's not you, but if it is you, we have some tips for you to help you get through this breakup.
Right. Breakup, especially, these tips are for people coming out of toxic relationships. So if you were in a toxic relationship, you broke away, and now you're like, now what.com. Like, how do I kind of like, balance things out again? So we got some tips.
All right. Well, let's get into it. All right. So for tip number 1, we got some notes here, y'all. See, we took down some notes. It's written all in gold. You can't see it too much. It's in gold.
Yeah. Okay? And before we go further, if you're just coming in, welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We just ask that you give us that thumbs up. If you're brand spanking new, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. And if you're chiming in, just let us know where you're chiming in from. New York, Philly, England, Africa, wherever you're chiming in from. Just go ahead and let us know and drop it in the chat. While we're going through the points, if you do have any kind of questions or anything, go ahead and drop it in the chat, okay? We'll go through the questions once we're done. And if you guys do want us to do card readings, just let us know. We'll do the card readings towards the end after we have given you these tips.
Yes. All right. And let me get this rolling up on here just so people know ahead of time what to do. And so let's get into it.
All right.
So tip number 1. What is tip number 1?
So tip number 1. So the first thing that you really want to do after you have gotten out of a toxic relationship is really to know that you deserve to be loved. All right. You deserve love. You're worthy of love. Sometimes coming out of these relationships, it can really put a damper on, how we feel about ourselves, especially our self-value. In feeling that, this relationship didn't go well. I feel like maybe it's me. Maybe it's something I did. Maybe it's the way I look. All sorts of stuff start going through your mind. Welcome, Sierra is transforming. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
Oh, just these things.
Yeah. I decided to do a little girly thing today. I did my nails too, painted my nails. And I actually put on makeup. Yeah, I actually decided to put some makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very rarely, but I tried a little something. But thank you, Sierra. So yeah, the first thing that you want to do, the first step, is to know that you deserve love and you're worthy of love.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could get tripped up from leaving these toxic relationships sometimes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that's step number 1. Step number 2. Accept that the relationship was toxic.
Yeah. Because, if you're at that point where you're breaking up with somebody, you already knew that something wasn't right. Breakups are not something that just happen overnight.
No.
Unless, somebody just been hiding something for the past 20 years and you just all of a sudden find out and it was one of your deal breakers and you're like, okay, we getting the divorce.
Right.
But most of the times, you see the red flags before it comes around.
And sometimes people genuinely grow apart. It's no hard feelings. They just grow apart. You grow into yourselves. Like you might start out when you're younger, things were fiery, and you just stayed together because it's familiar. But while you're together, while you're growing together, you're literally growing into yourselves, and you realize that you're really super different. So you genuinely grow apart.
Yeah.
This particular steps is really for people who are coming out of toxic relationships.
Yes.
Okay. So accept that the relationship was toxic. Like you have to acknowledge that. Like, you know what? That relationship was really not servicing my highest and greatest good. I was feeling lonely. I was losing myself. Have y'all ever felt lonely in a relationship?
Me.
How do you feel lonely in a relationship?
That's tough. Okay. That's real tough. That's actually hold on, what was I'm forgetting the name of the videos. We do so many videos. The one with the emotional bonding. The
trauma bonding.
The trauma bonding. Okay.
Twin flame trauma bonding.
Yeah, because when you get to the trauma bonding, you have this vicious cycle of just negative stuff and then a little bit of positive stuff and then a whole bunch of negative stuff. And it just sends you in this endless loop to the point that you really feel like you're alone.
Right. So then number 2, you just want to accept. Go ahead and accept it. Don't judge yourself about it. Just, hey, it was toxic.
What it is.
It is what it is. It was a toxic relationship. I'm glad I really made it out now than later, right? And the next one, number 3. This is a time for you to start remembering who you are.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Yes, this will help you in your breakup situation, okay?
You have to start remembering who you are. Only because when we are in these type of relationships, we lose fragments of ourselves. We tend to lose pieces. We stop doing things that we enjoy doing. Okay? You might, if it's a toxic relationship, especially if you're with a narcissist, and you like doing things like reading, traveling, or just going out with your friends, whatever you truly enjoy doing, sometimes you stop doing it because the other person, they don't like it. So you have to compromise.
Yeah.
And by depending on how much you're compromising, you're actually losing fragments of yourself, little by little by little. You would lose, definitely not recognize yourself anymore. When you look in the mirror, you're going to be like, wow, who is this person?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I know I've, just speaking the truth here, right? I can remember at the point when it came to the end of my marriage, and when I looked around, I was like, who the hell are my friends? Like, I just knew that the only reason really, when you get down to the nuts and bolts of things, the only reason I really hanged out with some of the people that I was hanging out with is that because it was acceptable in the marriage. Because in normal cases, this may not have been individuals that I hung out with. Okay? The only person that was the exception was my boy E,
Mm.
and she didn't like E.
Oh man, I guess E know now what I never knew before.
You know,
Wow.
so but yeah, it made me sit back and think like, hold up, what type of people do I like to hang out with?
Right.
What actually would I like hanging out doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because instead of going to a church function and calling that hanging out, that wasn't what I really wanted to do. So I had to go back and figure out what it is I like to do and do more of that.
Right, and do some reevaluation. Look,
Mhm.
Sierra got a good point here.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I felt lonely in a relationship. I realized that I was dating my mother in a male body. Glad I walked away and decided to start healing.
Wow.
Smart girl. Very smart girl.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's really deep.
That is coal miner deep.
Yeah, that's super deep. Thank you for sharing that.
That one will sit you down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's good that you recognize these things so that you don't spend a lot of your time, because time right here, you know, hey, in this physical body, we only have but that much time in this incarnation. So you want to recognize these things as, you know, as early as possible.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So the next one that you number 4.
Number 4.
This is number 4. Okay. So develop healthy coping skills.
Yes.
All right. Because yeah, it's a breakup. Even though it was a toxic relationship, or even though you know that, gosh, thank God I made it out of that relationship. There's a reason why you went in that relationship in the first place. It's something that attracted you to that person in the first place, right? So a part of you would still be kind of attracted to that individual, and even if it was like a narcissistic relationship, right, you will still be suffering a little bit from the Stockholm syndrome, where you learn to love your abuser, right? So you would have to develop these type of coping skills to help you to get you through the breakup, and mainly so that you don't return to it. Okay.
Facts. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that yes, people can change. So if the individual that you broke up with, they just they turned a new leaf and things of that nature, then, you know, reevaluating things, yeah, it may help. But just keep in mind that you're not going back to that same situation, that same loveless, lonely relationship.
Right.
Okay? Now, in this particular one, step number 3 is actually going to help you out in tandem with this, because once again, if you were in a relationship long enough, you done forgot what you need to do to actually get yourself back into a good place.
Yeah, exactly. And so therapy would be a good thing to do to help you to develop some good coping skills.
Yes.
All right. Don't be afraid of therapy. You know, especially in the melanated community, they have like such a stigma on therapy. Therapy is actually a very, very good thing. You learn a lot about your psychology. You learn how the physical body works, how it operates, and they teach you good coping skills. Okay, and those coping skills, they actually help to make you stronger. So that, you know, when you go to you go through the phases of going to therapy, you know, you learn these new coping skills and you learn healthy habits, and you get rid of the toxic ones that you developed in the relationship.
Yes.
Right? Instead of jumping back into another relationship, because you're just transferring the energy
from one to the
other, and you feel like you're really being with the same people over and over again.
And actually you have.
Yeah. So you just have to take time to rinse that off. You know, transmute that energy, learn, what did that teach me? Relationships teach us a lot. So what did I learn? Oh, I learned self-love. You know, I learned how to accept things for what they are, and not create stuff and imaginings. Because sometimes we do that. We imagine people a certain way, we see them a certain way, and we hold them accountable for that imaginary figure that we have in our heads, and they don't even know what that looks like.
No, they don't.
Okay? So this is what toxic relationship does to people.
Yep. So pay close attention. If y'all just tuning in, we're just talking about some tips to help you get over a breakup. Hopefully you haven't gone through it and you're in a harmonious relationship. But if you have broken up with someone and you just can't figure out how to get over this individual, hopefully these tips will help you out.
Right. And what's number 5, baby?
Number 5 is, oh my gosh, do not wait for an apology.
Right. Don't do that. That's a trap.
There's no reason. Okay. You went through the experience. Okay. Their apology cannot take back that experience. And their apology is not going to change the way that you view the memory of that relationship.
Right. So you don't need to be holding on, waiting for someone to apologize to you for what they might have, quote unquote, did to you or how they might have treated you, and just really being in that pity party mode, waiting for them to call.
Right.
Let it go.
Yes.
Just let it go. Sometimes in life you have to learn to accept apologies that you never received. Right?
That's slow motion.
Yeah.
Hold on, rewind, say that one more time.
Okay. Sometimes in life we have to learn to accept apologies, right? That we have never received. So don't sit around waiting for it. Go into the quantum world and get it.
Yep. And so that way you won't be suffering from your memories.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
All right. And number 6 is forgiveness.
Number 6.
Forgiveness. Listen, guys, forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is not saying, oh, they won. No. You have to forgive. Forgive. This is how you release people. You forgive them.
Yes.
So that your heart space can be light, because unforgiveness blocks your heart chakra. And when you're attempting to move on into another relationship, if you're holding on to unforgiveness, you won't be able to love that other person to your full potential.
Right.
So this is why forgiveness is super important. So you can open up that heart chakra, and that way you're free to receive and give all the love that this universe can offer and hold, right?
Yes.
So forgiveness is very important.
Yes. And for those of y'all who would like to go a little bit deeper into forgiveness, after this video goes live, somewhere around in this area, there's a video that we did on forgiveness maybe about 2 years ago. We'll put the clip once again somewhere up in this top corner where you can come back and view it later, but you can also go back on our channel and see it, where forgiveness is a big thing. It
really is. One of the toughest life lessons is forgiveness. Sierra said, I used to think I needed one, but an apology can't excuse the pain. It can't. It's really like a made up thing to trick us into just staying in a loop. Like, who even invented apology, right? You don't need it.
No, you don't.
All right?
You do not. And so number 7, what is number 7?
Number 7, surround yourself with positive people and activities.
And what better way to do that than to come to twinflamesunite.com?
Come on in.
There's a bunch of positive people on here.
Come on in.
Okay? But shameless plug, but on real 100. Surround yourself around positive people.
Yes.
Okay? This is going to be crucial in really getting through this situation.
Right. You want to surround yourself around balanced individuals, right? Because sometimes you might be going through some stuff, you might be feeling down, you might be feeling out. So it's good to surround yourself around individuals who are high vibrational. You know, who will be like, oh, what you sulking about? Come on, let's go kick some ball, or let's go shoot some hoops, or, you know, let's go watch a movie, or, you know, somebody who's like upbeat, you know, so that you can kind of get upbeat, lift your spirits up, right? So yes, Sierra, go ahead and check out the video. I think you would like it.
Yes, it's on our list. All right, but other reason why you want to get positive people is that because you want to attract that positive vibe.
Exactly.
Okay, because you want to be around enough people to, in a sense, pull you into the positivity versus pulling you into negativity.
Right, and become more balanced, right? And number 8, last but not least.
Number 8.
Okay, last but not least, don't be hard on yourself, okay? Because life is a journey. It's not a destination.
Once again, life is a journey. That means that you're walking from point A to point B, okay? And that point A to point B is infinity. The only thing that's these different lives that we come through, they're different pit stops.
Right.
Okay, so like you got this one life and like, oh, this life is cool. Let me sit here and enjoy this for a minute. Okay, it's time for me to go. You're gonna keep going.
Right.
Okay, that's all this is.
It's a journey. It is not a destination. So don't treat it like it's a destination. Oh, when I get here, I'm gonna do this. Or when I get here, this is gonna happen. Or when I get here, this is no. It's a journey.
Right.
So embrace the journey called life. We're here having a human experience. We're spiritual beings, and we are having a human experience. This body is like the light bulb.
Yep.
All right. When that light bulb is no longer working, which means when this avatar is no longer working, you know, you change it. You change the light bulb or you change the avatar. And then you light up again because electricity is power and power is energy and energy is infinite.
Yes.
Right? So just enjoy this life experience, you know, as much as you can.
Yes.
So those are our tips, our 8 wonderful tips, and I'm just going to run through them really quickly again.
Just one more again.
How to heal after a toxic relationship, you know, the 8 steps, how you move on after this breakup. Know that you deserve love.
That's number 1.
You deserve love. You're worthy of love. No matter how toxic or painful that relationship was, okay? No matter how much the person drilled in your head that you're nobody, you ain't ish, you know, nothing. Because all of those things get stored in our subconscious.
Right.
Okay? Just know that you deserve love. You are worthy of love. And once you've healed from this toxicity, you will move on to better and brighter things.
You will.
You will.
Okay. That's one thing we can promise you.
You will move on to better and brighter things. You just have to allow it.
Yes.
Okay. And the next one, accept that the relationship was toxic. Don't try to fool yourself and talk yourself, oh, they weren't that bad, you know, they really did. And oh, don't make any excuses. It is what it is. Accept that it was a toxic relationship. You would need to accept it so that you can move on, actually.
Yep.
Okay? Start remembering who you are. That's the next one. Start remembering who you are. All right? And you're going to have to start going within. All right? And we have Smokes. Hoji Smokes, she says thanks for this information. You are very, very welcome. We are so glad to be sharing this. We realize that this is going to be important because right around now, it's the summertime. This is when a lot of breakups, statistically, it's the time for when people,
especially around 4th of July, you at the barbecue grill, you hear something pop off, or somebody just broke up with somebody.
Yeah, it's getting hot. So usually this is when people tend to break up. So number 3, start remembering who you are. Develop healthy coping skills. Going to a therapist if you have to. Get rid of that stigma around going to a therapist. They've studied psychology. They know how the brain works, and they can help you. Okay.
Yep.
Don't wait for any apology.
Don't wait for it.
Do not. You don't need it. You really don't. Think about it logically. What is an apology doing? It's really not doing anything. Maybe stroking your ego.
And
that's really it.
That's all this.
It's really it's not an ingredient in the recipe that's really needed for healing.
It's not.
It's something that's made up that we think is needed, but it's really not needed. Okay. And again, we can learn to accept apologies that we have never received. Okay. Yes. Forgiveness. You have to forgive.
Not only them, but who?
Yourself. You have to forgive. Forgiveness is so important. You have to forgive. Bitterness is a bitter poison that eats away at your happiness. Unforgiveness, it festers. 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 Unfor and it really attacks like the heart chakra, and it makes the heart heavy. Right? So you don't want to mess with unforgiveness.
No.
You got to let things go so your heart can lighten up, so that your energy can flow through your chakras very easily. All right? And again, surround yourself with positive people and activities.
Yes.
And last but not least, just remember that life is a journey. It is not a destination.
Facts.
All right?
It is a journey. It keeps going. All right? And who's that?
Sophia.
Sophia? Said, what does it mean to be over someone?
To be over someone.
That means that you're controlling them, that you're over them. It's like being a supervisor. You're over somebody. So it doesn't. It also is an indication of that you're better than somebody, but we're not doing that. Okay, we're not trying to get over somebody, because when you say you're getting over somebody, that means that you're tricking somebody, you're scamming somebody. We're not doing that. We're going through the relationship so that we can get to our next destination. Okay.
Yeah. So oftentimes people will be like, "Oh, I'm over that person. I'm so over that person." Like, yeah. So yeah, that term means that you've kind of, in a mundane way, when you say I'm over that person, yeah, it does signify that you were the better. You were the better one in the relationship, so now it's like, oh, I'm over that person. Like, they didn't even deserve me type of energy,
Right.
I was a better candidate when you say that I'm over that person.
Yeah. So yeah, just pay attention to those words. A lot of people just use words and not slighting at anything at you or throwing shade or anything, but just saying in general. A lot of people use words and they don't really think about the words that they're using. Okay? So just keep that in mind. We're not getting over anybody. We're going through it. We're dealing with the stuff we got to deal with. We are adults and we will do things in an adult manner.
Right, and get through on the other side smelling like a nice rose.
Yep.
Yeah, so those are our tips, guys. This is not going to be a long video. Unless you guys wanted us to do some card readings. We probably going to come on again tomorrow.
Yeah, more than likely.
More than likely, we'll see if we do have another twin flame couple. What is Hamilton and Ingrid.
Yeah.
They also have a YouTube channel. They're awesome. You guys should check them out. Check out their YouTube channel.
Yes, because there are other twin flames out there. If you didn't know,
that are in union.
Yes, they are in union.
They're in union.
All right.
Listen, we have so much in common. It's uncanny how much we have in common. And they're very inspirational. They're poets. Their poems are off the chains. You guys should check out their poems. What's the name of their channel?
Oh, I'm trying to pull it up right now. When y'all go over to that channel, tell them Twin Flames Unite sent them. Okay? When you go over to their channel, just leave a comment on one of their videos and say, Chris and Leisha sent us to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Go subscribe to their channel. They're really, really cool. They have a awesome story, how they come together. And I'll let you guys go and listen to their story. But it is very, very, very inspirational. The twin flame dynamic is one that's it's here to break the mold, right? To really show a new sense of love. What love really is. Not this matrix fish love, right? But really setting the stage, the precedence for unconditional love, love of self and others.
Yes, and Sierra, we love you so much. We know we're your favorites, but we just broaden your perspective.
Yes.
Oh gosh, this thing is like going so slow. Okay, here we go.
Twin Soul Poets.
Yes.
That's their name. Twin Soul Poets. You guys, you have to check them out. Go ahead and subscribe to their channel. Help them get to 1,000 subscribers so that they can start going live. They are just so adorable. So their energy is amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Definitely check them out.
Two twin flames in love.
They're really in love. Like, they had to come up against some really pressing situations. It's crazy. But they're twin flames, they have to break that mold. This is what we do, and we're breaking the mold. in
Yes.
love, and standing and rising in love and not falling. That old paradigm stuff, falling in love. No, you're gonna hurt yourself. You will hurt yourself.
We're not doing that.
So you right now, the twin flames are showing how to rise and stand in love. Stand and rise in love.
Mm-hmm.
Tearing down all those, labels and all that stuff.
Right.
Right?
Right. All right, y'all. So without further ado, hopefully that information was helpful for you. And once again, if you need additional assistance
Mhm.
and you also want to be around more positive people,
Yes.
definitely go over to our website at twinflamesunite.com,
Mhm.
and that way you can join the community with other individuals
Yes.
and actually join in on our app.
Mhm.
We got posts going in every day.
This is true.
People on the chats hitting us every day.
This is true.
So come to the site, download the app.
Mhm.
It's a Wix app, but hopefully pretty soon we'll have our own individual app. But hey, this
Right.
is the next best thing.
Right.
All right.
And become a Royal Twin Flame. You have
Mhm.
access to all of the webinars that we've done. If you're really serious about getting to know who you are, who you really are, not what
Mhm.
society labeled you as, but really getting into your essence, and
Mhm.
starting to build that relationship with self, come and join us. We have lots and lots of webinars that would actually help. For our ladies out there, we
Mhm.
do have a webinar about womb healing. We're about to do part 2 for our womb healing, so that we can help you get rid of the funky little energies, that were deposited inside of your womb, that's keeping you kind of stuck or keeping you feeling like, hey, I really feel like I can't get over this person.
Mhm.
A lot of the times when you're not able to get over someone, or really let them go,
Mhm.
so to speak, it's because of that funky little energy that's stored in the womb.
Yep.
Because the uterus is a big muscle,
Mhm.
okay? And the muscle, what does muscle do? It holds memories.
Yes.
So when those DNA gets deposited in there, your womb actually holds on to those memories, and that's what makes it hard for us to, as females. It makes it hard for us, should I say, divine feminines, makes it
Mhm.
hard for us to let go sometimes,
Mhm.
right? Because you're the one that has the deposits.
Mhm.
And so without proper transmutation of those energies, without proper clearing of those energies, it makes it difficult to move forward.
Mhm.
All right. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely come to the website, become a Royal Twin Flame, and get access to all of those webinars that we did. They're great webinars, guys. Fantastic webinars.
They're the best.
They're the
They're
best.
the best webinars you'll ever see. Nobody does it better than us.
Nobody does it better than us, okay? And if you can ask some of our Royal Twin Flames, I know Sierra is a Royal Twin Flame. Once you become a part of the family, you're going to start noticing that solutions are going to come easily, okay?
Mhm.
You're going to really start understanding, yourself.
Mhm.
You're going to start getting your answers. You're going to start getting your own inner gnosis.
Yep. Uncovering those secrets that lie
Right.
deep within you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And really uncovering your unlimited potential, so
Mhm.
you can start operating automatically, just doing things, without anyone having to tell you what to do, because you're unlocking your codes of your DNA inside of you, developing your gnosis.
Yep.
All right. So information, we already know information forms us from the inside.
From the inside.
Information. This is why they have such a big, situation going on where they're controlling the information.
Mhm.
So for the individuals that's controlling the information, they're actually getting to control how you are formed.
Mm.
All right. So it's time for us to take that back.
Time to take it back. All right, y'all.
All right.
So without further ado, we love y'all
Love you
so
guys.
much. See you all tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And peace out.
Peace. Come join us on the website.